The People's Democratic Party on Tuesday tackled the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, over his Monday declaration that all Progressive Congress would capture Abia State come 2027. A video shared on social media by Kalu on Monday captured him saying that as the number 6 citizen, it was inappropriate for his state to be ruled by the Labour Party. He vowed that Governor Alex Oti of the Labour Party will be unseated, adding that Oti will be the one and the last LP governor in the state. But in a statement on Tuesday, the opposition PDP tackled Kalu, accusing him of turning history upside down by projecting a narrative that is clearly false and must be debunked on other than to set the records straight. And in the statement signed by the head of the media team, Elder Abraham Ama, the Abia PDP, said that being the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives does not give Kalu the right to speak for the people of Abia State. All right, sir. Yeah. We have a situation at hand here where there's this statement made by Benjamin Kalu,
Deputy Speaker,
the Deputy Speaker, sir. So he definitely he is one of the chief campaigners and publicity officers for the APC.
Party. Yes,
you get the point. And he's still being, as he has noted, the number 6.
Yes.
In the hierarchy of
political office holders.
And finding himself in Abia State, being held by the Labour Party, he feels that it is his prerogative to capture the state for his party. But the PDP has given a backlash, just as the LP recently also gave a backlash to the statement that the people love the governor and they want the governor to remain, irrespective of his own personal opinions. But I see identify bigwigs such as he himself, and also Ojuzo Kalu is still there at the corner of Abia State.
Yeah.
And those, yes, they cannot be wished away.
At all.
Yeah. And I want to know, does the LP have what it takes to keep Alex Oti in office for another tenure, sir?
Well, thank you very much for having me and for the question.
It's a pleasure.
First of all, one thing I would like to say is that that statement coming from a public office holder who is holding an exalted office in the land is an undemocratic statement. Reason being that we have barely finished the elections that brought them into power. And the governor in question is performing, for crying out loud. If you look at the trajectory, you will see that in the next 4 years, Abia State will never be the same. Even the lives of the citizens of Abia State will not be the same from what we are seeing. So now, for a government that is barely 2 years in office to get such a comment from a high office holder, it signifies that something must have been happening behind the scene. Hello? Something is happening behind the scene because he didn't just wake up and make that statement.
Okay.
And for the fact that this governor has been going through a lot of things since he came into office, despite all odds, he has his foot on the ground. He's still working. He's still flagging off different projects, developmental projects. He's still putting in his best to make sure that Abia State is developed infrastructurally and otherwise. And if you study the governance of Abia State, you find out that Abia State has never had this good in the past decade, if not 2. And this generational transformational change is going through every sphere, every phase, every sector of the economy. It's not just one-sided. So for a public office holder like the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, who is respected, who is a leader in the state, who is someone that is an authority in the state, so to say, who people listen to, who has his own followership, to come out and make such a comment when we are not even preparing for elections. He's talking 2027. Now, that could be his own personal opinion.
Okay.
And probably that's what he's been saying to his team, to his party, to his people. But bringing it to say it in the open is like planning a coup.
How is that?
Because he said he will unseat the governor will not come back. But
politically,
but he's not God. Hello?
But it's politics.
We don't have our lives in our hands.
Politics.
You never can tell your fate. You may sleep and not wake up. So if you match your words with your actions, you should also think about the consequences of some of the things you go out to say in the media.
Okay.
You may also provoke certain quarters and people will begin to, try to take some restive stands. Some of these things that the political class make, they do certain projections that go up to make people to start to think about playing bad politics. He's been doing well. He's doing fantastically okay in the House of Reps. And the people of Abia State also love him, the Deputy Speaker now.
Yeah.
So, and the governor is doing also well. So, what I think is needed is signage.
Okay.
Whether you're in party A, you're in party B is inconsequential. The most important thing is that governance and development should come to the people in the grassroots and not power tussle. Yeah. We are not looking for the party that will carry the day or that will win in numbers. We're looking for the party that will deliver. Recently, they had the protest. You know what crystallized into that protest?
Exactly.
We are not looking at any scenario that will bring chaos in the land. We are not also looking at the situation whereby certain states will be ungovernable. No. We are praying for peace when we've enjoyed that in different states within the Niger Delta, which Abia State is part of. And we believe that this is the time for people to rally around the governor. Everybody from that state should put their effort to support what the governor is doing. The House of Reps Deputy Speaker has a lot of clout. Even in his party, people, he's someone that when he speaks, they listen. That's why he has the privilege to do this. And then it's generating a lot of tension. So he should also make sure he uses his contacts, his influence, his position in the country and in the party to bring development to the state. Okay. So that at the end of the day, we'll be saying, oh, jointly, Party A and Party B have been able to achieve a lot of progress. So even the governor may be excited that, oh, these people supported me. I think it's time for me to work with them. Then he can shift grounds or decide to join their party or whatever, just to make sure that development comes to the people.
Okay, but there's a tsunami. There's a tsunami that is coming.
Yes.
I mean, Anambra State have been touted to be the next grab of the APC. They've been wooing Chukwuma Soludo into the...
Yeah, the former CBN governor, governor of Anambra State.
Yes. And for he to come into national limelight in the party, having a center stage in the party, and he's being wooed to come into the APC.
Yes.
Ebonyi State has fallen to the APC.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think Abia State would not fall?
No, we are not saying Abia State may not fall. But what we are saying is, whoever is performing should be given every necessary support. Now, if it's a winner-takes-it-all situation, for crying out loud, certain states that are enjoying some of the benefits they have now will not. Because the governors will become stooges to the masters, to the people who dictate the pace of the dance, the drums and the dance that they are dancing, and they would also fulfill the whims and caprices of their masters. But for the fact that we have governors in different states that were put by the people, they need support. So the tsunami that is coming and the focus that has suddenly moved to the southeast and Anambra State, in quotes, as a case study, shows that something is happening in Anambra State that people have noticed. Okay. The government of the day have seen that the governor is doing something reasonable, because nobody wants to go and be part of a state that is not working. Nobody wants to inherit a political office holder or a leader who is not performing, who is not loved by his people. Exactly. It shows that Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, the erstwhile CBM governor, who is the present governor of Anambra State, is performing. So, and the party, every party's joy, every party's plan, every party's focus, every party's attention will be on who is working, so that they can take the accolades. Okay. So it shows that something is happening in Anambra. The governor is doing something good. And it's not a bad thing for any party to aspire or decide to woo him to their side. It's a normal thing in politics. Yeah. People want to be on the winning side.
Would you be shocked if Alex Oti moves over?
Well, when
being that the Labour Party have their own quest.
When it comes to politics, we first of all look at the human nature. Okay. First of all, we are all humans. Yeah. Nobody wants to be irrelevant. Secondly, we look at the rhythm of leadership. Nobody wants to be out of power, especially when you have something to offer. Exactly. You know, it's painful when you sit in your house and you know that you actually have something to contribute, and you are not given the opportunity because you don't know you and you're not in that ruling class. So everybody wants to strive to be in the news, to be in the position to deliver. So I don't blame anyone who wants to move to any party, but my own is that whatever party you find yourself in, the right things need to be done. The people in Abia State, if you go to Abia State now and check the statistics, you find out that even though it's not yet Uhuru, a lot of people are beginning to even relocate back to Abia State. A lot of people who left Abia State, people are bringing their investments home. There's a move in the southeast, they call it Akorolo. A lot of people from the southeasterners are bringing some of their investment, and it's a good reading for the southeast region. It is good for the people of the southeast and other people and other surrounding citizens. So, if the governor decides that he wants to move to APC, APC has his friends. Like minds, like him. APC as a party has great people.
Exactly.
PDP has great people. Virtually all the political parties have great people. Come on, give it to Nigerians. Nigerians are smart people.
Good.
Nigerians are intelligent. Nigerians has some of the best leaders that you can think about in Africa. Exactly. Given the kind of innovations that we find in our society. Coming, first of all, to the educational sector. Even the poorest school will produce a smart kid. You can attribute it to leadership. There are certain things that the leaders are putting in place. They are saying, they are encouraging the youths, and they are doing well. So every party has good people. So, but if you look at some of the parties that are not doing well, because the people who are at the helm of affairs are not people that you can ordinarily talk to, are not people that you can assess and say, this has to be done. And some of them don't have the ears of the people. They don't have the ears on grassroots. They don't listen to the people. So they don't know what the people want. So it's not about party now. I think it has to do more about leadership and then the individual as a person. When you get into office, what are you telling yourself? How do you want to be remembered when you leave office? Do you want to be a leader that will be bold and jeered at when you leave office? Do you want to be a leader that when you're going home, you carry a troop of soldiers to escort you to your hometown? Or do you want to be that leader that can come down from your convoy and array of cars and walk in between and miss your people among the crowd because of your antecedent, because of what you've been able to achieve while you are in office? I think that should be the focus of every politician, to be able to give back, to be able to show appreciation for people who voted you into office, to be able to tell your party that gave you that flag that of a truth, I have served and I've served well. So that at the end of the day...
What if Ben Kalu decides that I want to give back to my people, Abia State, and he goes to see the president, the commander-in-chief, and the commander-in-chief is able to sign an immunity and amnesty for Nnamdi Kalu, Mazi.
Wow.
And is that enough to win the state for APC?
Well, anything that is worth doing to ensure that the Southeast is in peace is worth doing. Is worth doing well.
So is Ben Kalu wrong in saying that he wants APC in the state?
I believe that he is not wrong, but the way and manner and the time and season that he projected this statement is wrong. This is wrong timing.
Is he having the knife and the yam?
Does he even
he has the
fire and the spark, the matches? That's what they're saying.
I mean,
because if, away from the political talk of having structures and all of that, now, if you have the heart of the people by the virtue of what you've been able to put in place for them in terms of infrastructure and development and the plans you have for the future, the people will see you as someone who is very close to their hearts. So away from all the political gimmicks and hula and all the things that are happening behind the scene.
Exactly.
Once you are able to deliver, which I believe the present governor of Abia State is doing a good job manning the state. And I also believe that the leader, House of Reps member, Benjamin Kalu, is also doing a fantastic job. That was why I said initially that they should put hands together. First of all, let's forget about what ambition I have in 2027.
Is it possible for a politician to do that?
No, because there's still time.
I mean, is there time?
The focus should be, let me do more so that my people will choose me or choose someone that I will bring up.
He midwifed the bill for the Southeast Development Commission.
I said he's doing well. He has done a lot and he's doing more because I trust him. He's a vibrant young man.
But it will be, first of all, for the glory of his party.
Yeah, for the glory of the party. You don't mortgage the future of the people. You don't put it. You don't put that first before the interest of the party first before the interest of your people.
He might care less for the Labour Party. He might not want any of his achievements and attributes.
Well, I think it's too early. It's like selling a monkey while he's still on the tree.
I get
you need to first of all get hold of the monkey.
I get your point.
Let's get to the electioneering campaign period. Let's look at look at the scroll. Look at what you've been able to achieve within your period in office, and then the people can decide.
Okay.
It may even happen that the people of Abia State will start a movement and say, we want this or that, or we want this person, because of what he has been able to achieve. So, but when you fly a kite too early, a lot of things will go wrong, because it's more like a house that is united. Children from same father, but different mothers.
Exactly.
And then you now begin to remind them that they are not the same mother with you. What happens? There will be an apathy.
Exactly.
There will be disloyalty. There will be envy. There will be jealousy and all of that. But when you bring the house together, first of all, Abia State is going somewhere.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of states in the southeast too.
Exactly.
So the focus should be on let us change the narrative. And then we'll now talk about, we'll come on the round table and say, okay, Your Excellency, this has so far so good, you've done well in your last word, but this is the condition we're giving you, or this is what we want you to do. Let's partner. We must not fight to agree.
Exactly.
Sometimes we have a dialogue. And I believe that will happen because the people of Abia State have waited for too long. Okay. I mean, this is a long time coming. Yeah. It's long overdue. It's time for them to enjoy the dividends of democracy, for crying out loud, for God's sake. And the Deputy Speaker is one of the key people that the people of Abia State are looking up to.
Okay.
To deliver the deliverables of democracy. Okay. And he's doing well. The governor is also doing well. So they should work together and forget about party lines and all of that. When it comes to the election, towards the build-up of the electioneering campaign, they can strike a deal quietly and nobody will hear that. And not to fly the kite in the media, telling people that the governor will not come back. So what if, as the case may be, the governor begins to have this perception that there's a conspiracy, there's a grand plot to kick him out. So he will just relent. He will discourage a man that is working hard by trying to tell him he's not doing anything or he's not doing well enough. So he deserves his flowers. Okay. They should encourage him. Okay. Before the elections or during the election, we'll decide what will happen. Okay. And by the grace of God, they will all get a fair deal and fair share of whatever position they want.
We do hope so. We do hope so. We know that politicians have their own rule book.
Yeah.
They have their own rule book.
Yeah.
But we hope that the people are the final beneficiaries
God
of
willing.
whatever plan
God willing.
that they have. All right, let's jump over to Kogi State.